Just sharing my screen. So, in the last class, we had a discussion about the roles, users, groups, and that concept. So, what happened is in that roles and groups one, we had one. So, in the service now, what happened? Everything will be so in the service now. So everything will be stored in the table format, which means if you created a user, it will be stored in user table, and if you created a role, it should be stored in the role table. If you created any, if you added any role to the user, it will be stored in the sys user table, or if you add any user to the group, it will be stored in the sys group member table. Like that, if you done anything, everything will be stored in a table format. So in the service now, there are two types of tables. The first one is the out of the box tables, and out of the box is nothing but whatever the table which was given by ServiceNow is called out of the box tables. And the second one is custom tables. What is a custom? Custom is nothing but custom table is nothing but it's a table where it was created for the customer on behalf of the customer, or the customer has created any table is called a custom table. So that means if you create any table, that we will call as a custom table for it. And we have a concept called a remote table, so that I can tell you later, once this topics is completed, I can explain you the remote tables. So this is the one. And in the service now, so there are two base tables. This is the one of the interview question. What are the base tables in ServiceNow? The base tables in ServiceNow is the parent. First is the task table, and cmdb underscore ca. This is the most common asked interview question. If you want, you can please note down. So there are two base tables in ServiceNow. The base tables in ServiceNow, the first table is the task table, and the second one is the cmdb. Second table is the CMDB underscore CI table, which means so all the tables is actioned from these tables. These tables are the parent for the almost all the tables in ServiceNow. So that's the one. Now today we'll see. I just want to create a new. So I just want to create a new table, and from the table we can see the different scenarios how we can work. So I just want to build a student application Narayana. So in that one Narayana, I need to enter the student details. Student details. So for example, I just want to see. So for if any student detail, I need to add a fields called a name. Second one, father name. Third one is gender. Fourth one is state. Fifth one city. Sixth one city address. Seventh one email ID. Eighth one phone number. And this I assume that. So I just want to create a these things with these fields. So that means I just want to add a new table called Narayana, which is for the student table. And I just want to add this one with the these basic details like a name, father name, gender, state, city, address, email id, and phone number. So let's see, I just want to create. If you want to create a table, you need to search for the keywords tables, or else you can directly navigate to the system definition. From the definition you can do it. Just click on a tables. It will show you the out of the box tables, which means there's already these tables were already given by the service now. So what happened, we can see the all the tables in the system. So if you want to use this one, you can use it, or else if you don't, if you want to see what is the table name, so if you create a table also, you can see in this in that url we can easily identify the table name. For example, this one. Or else if you open any user, for example, see sys underscore. So for example, the sys underscore user. Or else if you create any user or roles, it will be stored in sys underscore user underscore role. This is the table. Or if you are in a group, sys underscore user underscore group. That means from that url you can easily identify and which table we can see the one. So this is the tables. See, sys underscore db underscore object. So I just want to create, that means if you create a table also, it will be stored in the sys underscore db underscore object. Now I'm just going to create a new one. So I'm just creating, the label is nothing but what we need to display. I'm just making Narayana. So whenever if you created any table, it will automatically comes with the u underscore Narayana as this one. And extend, if you want to extend this table from any parent table, we can use this one. Mostly we cannot we are not extending this one. And next, create a module. Module is nothing but in the self service we have a home page, business application, dashboard. These are all will called as a module. So if you want to create a module, we can use the same thing. And if you want to create a mobile module, we can use the same thing. And add a modules to, if you want to add it to the new module, we can give the menu. Menu is nothing but this self service is a menu. So if you want to add this one, and what is the name, we are directly, we are not adding to anyone, we are just directly creating a menu called Narayana. And here you can see columns. Columns is nothing but what are the fields. Here I am not creating any fields, I am just saving this record. So now what happened, I just created a table. So I just created a table. Whenever if I created a table, so this is the, there are six fields were created, like created by, created, sysid, updates, updated by, and updated. So which means, so these six fields which was created by a system, we will call these six fields as a auto sys fields. So please note down, this is the one of the interview question. What are the auto sys fields in the service now? So there are six fields who are in the auto sys fields. First one is the created, created by, updated, updated by, updates, and the society. I believe you understood. Created by is nothing but who has created this record, and updated by is nothing but who has updated this record, and created is nothing but when it was created. So updated is nothing but when the record is updated, and updates is nothing but how many updates it has done. So these five fields you guys understood, and sysid. So the main next most important thing was a sysid. What is a sysid? What is the purpose of it? Sysid is nothing but whenever if you create any record, it will be stored in a one particular location in the database. In the service now, that location is called as a sysID. SysID is a plays a very vital role in the ServiceNow scripting. So that means the sysID is a alphanumeric combination of the 32 digits. So if you want to, for example, you can see the sysID of this one, you can easily copy from here, or else you can right click on the form, copy sysID, and if you want to check this sysID, for example, see, it's a combination of alphanumeric and it is a 32 digits for this. This is the sysID. And now the next step, till now you guys understood, I hope. Now the next step, I just want to create a fields for this table. So for example, I just want to create a name field. So I'm just copying this one name. Here we have a lot of type of fields here, like audio, true or false, calendar, date and time, choice list, this one. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to add this as a string field name. If you added a name, it will be come as underscore name and maximum length. That means, so whenever, for example, in the real time we are applying something. So whenever we are in a real time, so whenever if we are filling an application online, they will say that it should be with 30 digits, sorry, 30 characters only to accept, 40 characters only to accept. So for that one we can see, so like for them the backend they can configure like this one, the maximum length is 40. This is the one, and this one, and functional field I will tell you later, and read only mandatory display will show you an example. This one, for this one I'm just creating a field here, name. So one field is created, and the next field I'm just want to create a father name. Father name is also a string field. This is also string field. So this also will just give us 40 and submit. So first we will create a fields and later we can see how it will show in the form. Next one is a gender. Gender we can as a drop down, so we can make a field type as a true. Sorry, field type as a uh, what do you call choice list. So I'm just making as a choice. You can see for the choice list, this maximum is not a mandatory. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a choice. Now I have created a choice field, and so for the choices, we have not added any choices. From here we can add it new. So I'm just starting this one. Mail. So the backend value of this one, for example, if you want to fetch this value in the script, we need to give this backend value. This should be, we can give anything like a numeric or alphanumeric combination or only in alphas. So anyone we can give it, and dependent value I can tell you later. Hint, if you want to show anyone hint, we can show it. So we know it. Sequence is nothing but if you want to display it as a first, we can give the low sequence. I'm just making as 100. So inactive false. If you want to display this always, inactive false is nothing but active true. Submit. So I'm just adding one more thing. Female here. So it means, so the sequence, if you give the 200, after the 100, the sequence will be visible to the next one. So I'm just opening our table again. So these are the fields we created, and the next one is the state is a choice. For the state also, I'm just making as a choice field. So I'm just making a state field. Same thing. I'm just adding a three states for this one. So we'll add this one. So I'm just making state is Andhra Pradesh. AP is the backend value and sequence 100. Telangana. So third one is I'm just giving as a Tamil Nadu. So now what happened? We just created a three state state field, and later I'm just going to add a this one city field. So for the city also, I will just create those things. So I'm adding a new things here. Guntur, right? Vijayawada, and I'm just for for Telangana. I'm just giving two more cities. Hyderabad. So this for the 300, and next is the Warangal. Vijayawada, Warangal, and Chennai. Warangal and sorry, Chennai and Madurai. I'm just giving. So now what happened? We just created all the tables. So we have two more fields. So I'm just adding two more fields, and so address is a string field. So I'm just making address. For example, I'm just addressing 200 things, and next one email ID and the phone number. Email ID also I'm just making as a string field. So submit. And the next one is the phone number. Phone number is a it will contains only the numbers. So since it's a phone number, it is a integer field. So I'm just changing this phone number type to the integer. So this one. Now what happened? We just created one table called Narayana, and in that one we have added the fields called name, address, city, phone number, email ID, father name, gender, and a state, like this one. So now I'm just reloading this one. So here I just checking. So there is it's already created. This Narayana application is already automatically created, and this Narayana was created, and there is no records in this one. So if you want to create a record in new, the form should be is a zigzag. It should be a different thing. I don't want to see this form like this one. So I want to see this form name, father name, gender, and uh, email ID in the left side of the form, and right side state, city, address, and phone number. This should be in the right side of the form. So if you want to make any form changes, you just go to here, right click, configure, go to the form layout. From the form design also we can do it. Form design I can cover in the next class. Form layout, see. So this was happened. See, we have for example, I'm just removing this begin split and end split and splits. If there is no splits, the form will be look like this one. See, this one. Our goal is in this one, it will be same here. Configure form layout, begin split, split, split. So that means for first I need to do name, father name. After this one, I should have email ID. Yeah. So this is the order I need. So for this one, we just begin split is nothing but from where we need to start the splitting, and split is nothing but from where we need to stop the splitting. Start cut it one, and end split is nothing but where we need to stop the splitting. After the end split, if you create it, it will not be uploaded. So for example, if I open this one, then this is the basic thing we'll do. So then the form will be look like the same thing for here. Okay. I hope everyone got it till now what we discussed. Fine, thank you. Now, so for example, I'm just making a record here. So for example, if I save this record, what happened? Record has saved it without any data. But you know this record belongs to whom? See, there is no data values is entered. And can we understand this record belong to which particular user? No, right? So for this one, what happened? At least we should make one field is mandatory. So for example, I'm just making this one configure dictionary. So right click on the form, configure field, configure dictionary. So here we will have option called mandatory and read only. Forget about read only and this display. This I will cover you when the table is coming. So and the mandatory, I'm just making as a mandatory and update. If you mandatory, So you will not allow it to log that one until you saved it. I'm just adding something more. And gender we can take it like this one. We can make a number of mandatory fields. Right now we have only one mandatory fields. If you want, we can do the maker. See here, the state is AP, and city, the user can select Hyderabad and Varangal or Chennai or Madurai. For example, if I selected state is AP and city as Telangana, is this a valid record? No, right? So for this one, what? So for example, if you save it, it will save it. But depending upon the state selection, the choices in the city has to display. That is the our requirement. That means if the user is selected AP, only we should display Gunturu and Vijayawada. And if the user is selected Telangana, we should display Hyderabad and Varangal. If the user is selected Tamil Nadu, it should be displayed Chennai and Madurai. That means what here happening? This city field is depending upon the state field. So that we know very well, but the system doesn't know it. So for that one, what we have to do? We need to say the system. This state city field is depending upon the state field, and the configure dictionary. Right click on the form, configure dictionary. Here you will find an option called advanced view. Click on the advanced view. Advanced view. In the advanced view, we have option called use dependent section, dependent, and claim mark it as a true. If you mark it as a true, it will ask the what is the dependent field. So that means on which field we need to make it. So we can make as a state and save it. So now what happened? We have informed the system stating that this is a field, the city field depending upon the state field. So if I selected AP, but still it is not showing. So we have just made a dependency between, but we didn't mapped it for which state, which field has to, which choice has to display. For that one, you can see configure dictionary. See here, we have option called dependent value, or else you can open directly from here. We have already made dependency. So there we have given a dependent field value as a, for AP I have given as AP, for Andhra Pradesh like this I have given, and for Vijayawada also we have to give. So I have added, and I'm just adding Hyderabad and Warangal as a Telangana. I have given as a backend value as a TS. So we'll give it. So now I think I have given as a TN, and I'm saving this one.
I think what happens if there is any typo issue here, independent value.
So the dependent value, if you make a typo error, that's a good question. So I'm just making as a TN1. Okay,
Okay.
it will accept. It will happen Telangana, Tamil Nadu, it will not display the error.
Yeah, but instead of actually currently you are typing in a text box, right, for the dependent value. Instead of that, if we give a drop down, that would be better, right?
No, no. That's defined by the service now. We cannot do anything for it.
Mhm.
So what are this a predefined one which was coming from the service now? We have to do it from the different things. So we have to very careful on this one. So if I open this one, update here. So if I selected AP, only Guntur and Vijayawada visible. And if I selected Telangana and Hyderabad and Varangal is visible. And if I selected Tamil Nadu and this Chennai and Madurai was visible. This is the thing. Generally, if you see any application in the backend, they can do the configuration like this one. For example, you can select the state. If you select the state next, it will ask the district. If you select the district, it will ask the mandal. Like this, these are on any online applications. Each will be the backend will be the same thing for it. Now, see, I just want to this sequence. So I just want to Andhra Pradesh. After that one, I want to the Tamil Nadu. After Andhra Pradesh, I need a Tamil Nadu. After that one, Telangana. So for this one, if you want to one, you just go to the configure dictionary. Here we have given the sequence, right? The sequence, for example, if I give A to Z, this is the alphabetical order. So I want to display Andhra Pradesh first, and I want to after that Telangana. So I'm just making as a Tamil Nadu as a 150. So which means the data. So whatever we have added, it was be so sequence. So let me open this one again. Narayana Sandeep Ricard. See, see after the Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. That means whatever the sequence we have given, it will visible the one. For the best practices, if you want to creating any choice field with the choices, it should be 50 for it. At least the difference. For example, if you give 100, 150, 200. Why? Because for example, in your choice field, we have a 100 choices. Okay, in that 100 choices, in that 100 choices, so you have given the sequence as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, like till 100, it will work. But the issue was whenever the issue was whenever it was, so after the 55 or something, you need to add a new choices, and you want to display it after the 56 record choices. So if you give 56, you need to change the order it again. So if you give the same order, it will not be visible, it will be random visible. So to avoid this, for the best practices, so that means if you give 50 second, you need to change the entire sequence from the 66 57 to 100, which is a manual effort we need to do, and it will leads the issues with the manual errors. So to avoid this one, for the best practice, so whenever if you are making any choices, at least 50 is the difference we need to maintain it. Then it will be very easy to manage, and the easy to maintain the same thing. This is the one. Like the city also you want in a display, so you can have this one also. The sequence I have given. For example, you want to display different things like this one also, you can change this one as per the our order only. This is the basic thing we have to when we discuss with one. Just give me a minute. Guys. I'm sorry, guys. See, like this, the choices we have to always check. And if you want to display that choices always, this inactive should be always false. Inactive false is nothing but active is true for it. So, like this one, we can do the same thing. Now, so I'm just going to okay. I'm just going to save this.
What is the min and max value for sequence, Karthik?
There is no limitation. You can give anything.
Okay, so is that starts from 0 or 1?
You can give minus 100, minus 1 also. You can give it if you want to display data. But the best practices mostly we can start it from 100 onwards in the real time scenarios.
Okay.
If you want to, we can give anything. But okay. Now the next step we have seen this one as a one. And for example, whenever if you say something, there is a backendly there is a auto number will be generated. So for example, if you ordered something in the Flipkart, the order ID will be started ORD 1000 something. It will start from the different things. Or if you create an incident, it will be start incident. Or if you done something in the record, it will be automatically created. So for that one, right click, configure, go to the table. It will go to the table. So here we have an option called controls. Extensible is nothing but if you want to extend this table, that means you if you want to create any child tables for this table, you can use mark it as extensible. But since it is a practice one, we am not creating one. And live feed is nothing but if you want to show that data one, this I can show you when the incident form is coming. And here we have called auto number. Auto number is nothing but just click on auto number. What was the prefix? NAR. So for example, since the table first name it will take, if you want to change it, we can give the NAR. I'm just making NAR STU Narayana student. And the number which will start from the 1000, and how many digits we want? 7 digits right here. So it will display the 7 digits. So I'm just creating updating this one. So add a new number to the column. So I just for this one, whatever if you create already created records, we cannot create auto number. Only the new records will see the sequence. You can see NAR STU 001 001. So it was fine. So but so I'm just making Ajay, Sai, other name as Sai, and I can see all the stuff. So here I can see what are the auto number it was, but I can able to modify this number. See, this is a modifier number. I can modify number, right? So if I want to user to don't edit this one, I need to make this field as a read only, which means so user cannot modify it. So the or else whatever we have in auto number, it should be a it's not a meaningful. So we can give this one. So if you want to make a read only, right click on the form, click on the configure dictionary. Configure dictionary. Here we have an option called read only. And one more thing, on the best thing, you never make a field mandatory and read only at a time. It's not a good thing. Since it is a read only, we cannot edit it. But if you give a mandatory, we need to add the data. So always try to check this read only mandatory should not be same for the one. So I'm just making update. See, this is automatically non-editable thing. And also I just want to this field after the name field, I need to do it. And email ID after the phone number, I need to map it one. If you want to do this configuration, right click, configure, go to the form layout. So this number I just want to make it. So I'm just making as up. Select that number, make it as up before the one. And this email ID I just want to add after the phone number. If I save this one, yes. Now the form will be look like this same thing values. This is the basic thing how we can create a table, and in the table how we can create a choices, and in the choices how we can add a values to it, and table with the different scenarios like choices and string field and integer, and that's one, and how to make a field mandatory, and how to make a field read only, how we can add a auto number to the one. So this is the basic thing, and if you want to, you can add a attach any. If you want any document from here, we can add a attach a document. We don't need one. This is the out of the box behavior, so we don't need to discuss about this one. This is the basic concept for this one till now. Do you guys have any questions till now? What we have discussed? Guys, say yes or no, guys. So that I can understand whether you are following me or not.
Karthik, you have created the table and added in a record, and then actually you have implemented this R2 number field, right?
Yes.
So in that case, how do you retrieve the first record actually, which doesn't have any R2 number?
No, first record we cannot give this auto number. If you want to, we can write a background script from the backend. We can add the number.
Mhm.
That's a service now. It's an out of the box behavior. We cannot do anything for it. Guys, do
Okay.
you have any questions for today's topic?
No, Karthik.
Fine, thank you. And
Karthik,
please
if you delete the record, right? Actually,
go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. If you delete this record, normal,
Okay.
then
So
what happens to that R2 implemented number? Like actually, currently it
wait,
is 1001,
wait.
right?
I'm
So for
just
the next
I'm
one,
just deleting this record.
yeah.
So the record is deleted. So now
Hmm.
what I'm just going to create a new record. It will start with the next one.
Okay.
So once
So
the
if you want to assign 1001 record to someone else, so how do you do that?
no, we can add, since it's already assigned to one, it's a deleted, we cannot do anything.
Uh, no, Karthik, actually now currently it's a Narayana group, so someone joined newly in that Narayana group, so you have deleted one record, but yeah, the same number you should actually allocate to someone else, right? So
No,
in that
no,
case,
it will not, ServiceNow will not allocate it. So simple, for example, if a new student is joined,
hmm,
so he was abscond after 2 days, but a number is assigned to him, and he was
hmm,
not assigned to him, but he was abscond from the college. So the next step, what happened, that number we cannot assign to anyone, right? So what happened? That's a number is a unique field. So in future, if that same
hmm,
guy want to join here, so you need to check something, right? It's number like a employee ID in organization, for example, simple.
okay,
So in any employee ID, in any organization, the employee ID is unique, right? There is no same thing.
yeah.
So the employee ID like this. The number is like a employee ID.
Okay.
Okay, clear. Anyone has any questions for today's topic? We have another 13 minutes. Okay, that's fine. So please note down the task for today. Create a table. So I will not give any table name. Create any table which you are seeing in your daily life, or if you're seen in your, if you're working in an organization, what is the process you are following? Just write down the table name. Table consists of at least 7 to 8 fields. One should be a choice field, two choices field at least, and one choice field is depending upon the another choice field, and it should have all automatical number, and two mandatory fields, and left side three fields, right side four fields, below that one field. So this is the task for today. Okay, so you want to the repeat the question. Okay, that's fine. So create a table, any table. So which you are saying in your daily office or in a daily environment, anywhere in the online application, anyone, create a table. This table consists of at least 8 fields. and one auto number, so which you want to do the auto number, and one field should be mandatory in this one at least, and two choices field is there. In the two choices, one field is depending upon the another field, and in the left side three fields only. Here for example, you can see this is the left side of the form, only three fields, and the right side of the form four fields. After these four fields, this is the below we need a form like this one. For example, I will show you. So this one, like the last field should be look like this one, and take the examples from your daily office work or from your daily life. Not for don't copy my examples. Just take this example as a reference, and you can do the different things on it. Okay. I hope everyone clear. What about the today task? That's good. Thank you. And any questions for previous topics? So if you nobody is saying you guys not understand or practice the previous topic, I will read.
And Karthik,
Yes.
here we can see the Narayana group in the, like you see, left side of the
1 minute.
navigation. Can you just
Yeah,
share
I'm
your
sharing.
screen?
Yeah.
So why it is showing here itself?
Where?
Like if we create any of the table, like in the left side of a screen, I can see the Narayana group over there.
Ah, that's a table name. It will display.
So if we create any table, that will be showing in the left side itself.
Yes. For example, I will show a thing. See, for the incident also it was showing incident.
Okay.
So if it is a problem, see problem it was there. See it was showing as a problem. It's an out of the box behavior.
Okay.
So we no need
So
to. Sorry.
if you want to delete the whole Narayana table, how can we do that?
It can be. I can tell you later. That I have. We have already topic. It was. I can tell you. It's an out of the box
Okay.
behavior. We can discuss in the next classes. So if I tell in the first class, you guys will be not getting interested to learn it. That's some difficulty
Okay.
task. So that's the reason I didn't tell you.
Okay.
Okay.
Karthik, can we query these table records using a query language like SQL?
Oh, simple. So just go to Narayana. So you already write, right? If you want to
Yeah,
one.
instead of this filtering, can we do like can we write a query language
Query
like
nothing, but if you are using a scripting, we can write a query. For
okay,
example, you are calling this table from the another script, then we can use the query.
okay.
Or
So
else
is it a SQL language or
no, no. It's we have a separate methods in ServiceNow, which is a glide record. From that, we can do it.
okay?
Okay, fine. So, anyone has any questions till now? If
No, Karthik.
fine, thank you. Kirtan, I think you have asked one doubt. So that is clear, or still you have?
Yeah, I got it. That's clear.
Actually, I think you are. The difference is you are using the Quebec version, and I think the first class I told in the San Diego version. In the San Diego
Yeah, yeah.
version, what happened? We can generate the password, but in the Quebec, we can give the password as a manually.
Okay.
So that's the difference. There is a lot of changes from the Quebec to the San Diego version. So you no need one. Just focus on the basics.
Yeah, sure.
Fine. Anyone has any questions? Guys, we have 7 minutes. Okay. I hope you guys has understand the task what we have to do, and